Guys, welcome back. So in this lesson you will be learning how you can use Pabbly Connect to connect your Facebook lead ads form to your Google Sheet to your email marketing platform to SMS platform. So you will carve out the entire automation for your lead journey with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now Pabbly Connect is an amazing platform for connecting all the dots, and it's one of the best automation tools in the market, and which is one of the cheapest as well. So it's 1/10 of the price of Zapier, and it's doing pretty much amazing. So I'm doing my entire automation using Pabbly Connect, and it works like a charm. Yeah, the updation time is on spot, right? So there is no delay in terms of transfer of data, and everything happens immediately, right? So now you will understand how you can connect your Facebook lead ads form, and how do you drive the automation from there. Now it's extremely important because let's face it, if somebody sees your ad on Facebook or on Instagram and somebody fills the form, there he is expecting some kind of information from you saying that okay, the inquiry has been received, and you will get back to them in 6 hours, 4 hours, 1 hour, or whatever your sales process is, right? So you need to give them acknowledgement, and that's how you will be converting that cold lead into warm and into hot lead as such. So you, if you want to convert your prospects into customer, and if you're running lead generation advertisements on Facebook, then doing these automations are crucial, because let's face it, nobody is going to buy from the first time from you. You gotta follow up at least 9 times with them. That's when a prospect converts into a customer, right? So now this is how the dashboard looks like, and all you have to do is you have to create a new workflow. So the moment you click on the create new workflow, I'm just going to create a testing account right now, and I'm going to call it as Facebook leads form automation. All right, so this is what, so you can name it according to the one which you can remember. This is for your personal use, for you to remember and know which workflow is basically happening. So you, all you have to do is click on save. Yes. Now once this is done, the first step over here itself will be your Facebook lead ads. So you, when you click on that, there is something called as choose method, which is pre-populated as the new lead, so you don't have to do anything over there. Now it's important that you connect your Facebook ads account where you're running the advertisements from the business account, basically over here. So you have to click on this blue button which connects with Facebook lead ads, and you will go and click on this connect button. So whichever Facebook account is open on your browser right now, it will automatically pick up and it will connect on its own. So you see my Facebook business account, which is Saurav's, is connected, and you will notice that it's successfully authorized. And this is what you should be doing. So basically, if even if it doesn't connect automatically, it will lead you to ask, and it will lead you to and gonna ask you about Facebook ID and password as such, right? So just fill in your details, and you can just successfully authorize yourself over there. Now notice that the page pre-populates over here, and you can select the page from where you're running the advertisement. So you might have different accounts, and which page you want to select is where you click on this drop down and you select. I've already selected Saurav Jain for myself. Next comes the most important part, is the lead generation form. So you might be running a multitude of lead generation forms, so you have to select which one you want to go ahead, and from where do you want to automate the process. You need to remember one thing: once you automate, then any number of lead that comes into those that particular lead form, it's going to go through this automation over and over again. So you connect it once, and it's going to go on forever. And when I say that, it does not automatically do for all the lead ad forms over here. So whichever you're selecting, only for that the automation will occur. So if you have 30 forms, then you have to create different flows for all the 30 forms. Yes. So that is not universal in the way it works, right? So now you, I will select, or let's say, Instagram webinar. So this is an advertisement that I was running for my Instagram webinar. And yes, what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to click on save button. Yes. Now what we're doing is we're going to be sending a test request, because it's important that we know we are getting the right kind of data into our kitty, and we need to understand, we need to have some sample so that we can move forward. So there is a tool. So that tool is nothing but lead ads testing tool. Yes. So here is where I will be adding, let's say, an email ID rr@gmail.com. So I'm just gonna keep it very random. Full name could be Saurav Jain. Number could be a random number that I'm trying to put. So 9875 in the reverse order. I just put up a random number and I'm just gonna click on next. Yes, so I'm just doing it for testing purposes so that this particular data pops up in our database. Now let's go back and see whether I'm gonna click on save and I'm gonna go click on send test request again. So when I click that, and let's see what is the response that we get. So here you'll notice that the name is pre-populated. Yes, and you'll notice the phone number is right here. Notice that instead of Saurav Jain, I actually changed it and made it to RR. All right. So the name is goes as RR, and the email ID is rr@gmail.com, and then the number in reverse order. So this is pretty good to go. I was able to successfully get a dummy data into this particular platform. Now I can go ahead. Yes, so my next work is simple. I have to add all this data into a Google Sheet. So I'm going to go search for Google Sheet in my second process. So first was just connecting the Facebook lead ads, and now we have to connect it to Google Sheet. In the Google Sheet, in the method option, you have to choose what you have to do. So basically you have to append the values. This is where you will append the values and you will connect with Google Sheets. Now the authorization process is pretty simple. Again, when you click on it, there is something called as new credentials, and you have to click on connect, okay, in the bottom. So new credentials in the top, and you will notice that I've connected already so many, but you have to do this process from scratch if you're new to Pabbly Connect as such. So authorized application is where you will click on, and you'll just go click on connect, and then it's going to give you a lot of email IDs where people can directly connect with you, and you can connect basically any Gmail account of yours over here. Yes, so since it's already connected, I'm going to pre-populate one already in the process. Let me go pick up the right one. Okay, so basically this is my not the right one, and I think this should be the right one. All right, this is the right one. So since we keep testing, we have created so many account that not able to get the right one, but anyway, right now I have the right one, and the Facebook lead ads testing is what the form name I've created, right? And in the form, in the bottom, you can see the sheet name is basically Facebook lead ads testing. So my next process is very simple. I have to select the sheet. In the sheet, I have to select the second one where I've already pre-populated the column names as name, email, and phone number. So what I'm going to do right now is I have to pick up the data from here, and then I have to transfer it to the Google Sheet. So I have to tell this particular platform saying, hey, whatever values I'm getting here, I have to start loading it up into your Google Sheet. How do you do that is to add the values in the same order as name, email, phone number. So whatever column names you create, you have to create it, add the data accordingly. So let me just give you example, and it's going to put things in perspective. So you will open the quotation, and the first thing that I want to add to this particular form here is the name, right? Name is the first column that I want to add. So I'm going to click on this three dots. I'm going to pick up the name, which was RR, right? And I'm going to close the quotation, and I'm going to create a separation by a comma. So opening the quotation, closing it, and putting a comma is crucial, and this is how it accepts the data via Pabbly Connect. Yes, so in Zapier you don't have to do all this, but then the functionality works like this, and you have to go according to the way tool demands things to go, right? Now you will open the quotation again, and the next is very simple. It's email. So I'm going to go populate the email, which is supposed to be values over here, and I'm going to put it as rr@gmail.com. So that's the value that I'm getting here. I'm going to close the quotation, and I'm going to put a comma. Yes, Again, I'm going to open the quotation. I'm going to see what is there in my list, I mean sorry, Google Sheet here, and its phone number. So basically these are the ones which I have created from scratch. Okay, it's not pre-populated, you will not get this anywhere. You have to open your Google Sheet, you have to create your own form over here, uh, own Google Sheet, and add all the column names that you want. So you can change the order of the column names, and if you change the order of column names, make sure to change the order of column names here as well. I hope the point is clear. So next is phone number. Let's add this phone number over here and close it, and I'm going to click on save. So it's saved, and I'm going to send a test request to see whether things are working or not for me. Let me go and see. So you can notice in the fraction of second, rrrr@gmail.com and the number has been pre-populated in the backend into this sheet. Now this automation is going to work on its own. So any number of time people fill that lead ad form, my data is going to populate over here again and again, right? So once it's done, I'm sorted. I can just go back to bed and sleep, because this thing will do the entire work for me. It will automatically happen over and over again. So it's all about connecting it once, and then it's going to be automated as such. Now it's done. Now this is where our automation will not stop, it will actually begin, right? So the next step is sending them to our email marketing platform, so that we can send them a lot of autoresponders, we can send them a lot of emails and make them part of our email chain. So as I always say, the most important crucial part of your business is generating leads. Yeah, your email IDs is what matters the most. So you should be creating or having your own email marketing platform where you can maintain your subscribers, and you can send them newsletters over and over again, and make sure you can convert them into paying customers through the help of emails. Yes. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be connecting GetResponse with for you all over here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So GetResponse is my one of my favorite tools, and it's one of the tools where my subscribers are added. So I use ConvertKit, Aweber, and GetResponse. And GetResponse is pretty awesome for beginners because it's cheaper, it does not burn your pockets, and it's very easy to use. Super easy. Okay. So now I'm gonna connect with GetResponse over here. So this is my third step right now. Two steps are already been done and dusted. If I click on this, it basically collapses. So you can again expand, and then you can again collapse it. Now the third part is very simple. I have to connect it to the GetResponse platform. Yes. So connecting it to GetResponse platform is simple process as such. You will click on this blue button, and there is something called as API key. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to go to GetResponse. If you don't have an account, if you don't have a free account, make sure you create one, because you get 30 days of free trial, which means you can maintain 1000 subscribers for free of cost, and you can send them unlimited emails. Okay, so when they're giving it for free, make sure you use it as well. Yes. So what you have to do is once you have created your account, once you've created your account and GetResponse, there is something called as 9 dots over here. Now I'm not showing you the process of creating your account on GetResponse because it's really simple. Okay, it's just one step process. They will ask for email verification, you will get an email, click on the verification, and you're done and dusted, sorted. Yeah. Now once it's done, this is how your home screen is going to look like. Okay, now you will come to the 9 dots, and you will click on integrations and API, and in on the top in the third column you will click on API. Now this is where you will be generating a new API key. Now make sure your API key should be kept as secret, because this could be hacked by anybody, and they could take away all your data if they have the API key with them. But I'm showing you here because this is my dummy data. Yes, I used it so that I created a new account, so that basically I can show it to you how it works. So feel free to actually make use of it. Anyway, the trial is going to be expiring in 12 days. Okay, now uh, I'm going to click on generate API key, and I'm going to say it as Pabbly automation testing. So you can name this is for your personal use. And once you create, you can notice there is something called as Pabbly automation testing, and a new API key has been created for me. I'm going to copy this API key, I'm going to come back to my Pabbly connect account, and I'm going to paste this API key over here and click on save. So once this is done, Basically there are different methods that you can do here, and there are so many options here, but I'm going to keep it very simple. You have to click on create a new contact, because of course we have generated a new lead and we have to push this new lead into our campaigns over here. Yes, so let's select the campaigns right now. Okay, so the campaigns are not loading because one thing you have to keep in mind when you're connecting your get response is that you go back, you put a new credentials, and you'll have to notice you add the API key string in the start, which means you have to add this word API key for get response alone, and you have to paste your API key which you have just generated from this particular platform. That's when the connection will actually happen. Yes, so make sure you don't make the mistake which I just did in front of you, and I made that mistake wantedly so that I can show you the difference why it does not connect. A lot of people stop here thinking that the tool is not working, there is some problem with the tool, but no, the thing is it accepts like this. So you have to write API dash key, and then you have to put in your unique code over here and click on save button. So the moment you click on that, yes, the moment you click on that, the entire list starts generating. So this is the campaign is nothing but the list. Now what is a list? List is basically a way to tell people that they belong to a particular category, so that accordingly you can either send them autoresponders or you can send them newsletters. They could be part of the paid list, they could be part of unpaid list, they could be just subscribers to your blog, and so many lists you can create, right? So here you can notice I have created some dummy data where people who have filled my landing page on Instagram, so I will send them an ebook for them, free ebook scheme, testing for doubt session, and all of it. So right now I'm going to be creating one more list for you all, which says it as Pabbly automation list. So this is just to create a differentiation, and yes, so a list has been created and there is zero number of contacts in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refresh and see whether this particular list has been loaded or not, and you can notice that the list has not been loaded yet. We'll just wait for a minute, and yes, Pabbly automation list has been loaded. So I will click on this list and enter the contact name. So name is basically the contact name that is coming from this particular lead over here, and you can notice that I basically added another lead over here just to create a differentiation. So Rishi Jain 423 is my personal ID. So name would be, again, let's put it as Saurav Jain, and the email ID would be the rishijain423@gmail.com. I just added. I wanted to add a genuine ID because so that I can show you the process as such, right? So the flow is pretty much the same. The day of cycle is going to be 0 for autoresponder, which means we will import, or I would say export, this particular email ID into our list. And yes, so if there is any autoresponder, it will automatically take up and do the process. I'm just going to click on save. So hoping this should be working, let's send a test request, and the response has been pretty much sorted. So let's see whether this particular ID Rishi Jain 423 has been added to this or not. You can see that Pabbly automation list has a new lead which is Saurav Jain as the name, Rishi Jain 423 as the email ID. So this flow is working perfectly awesome again, and you can notice that from here you can send autoresponders, and you can connect all the dots from here. So this thing is sorted. Now you will notice that the workflow is going in full-fledged mode, and we have done good development in terms of sending the leads to Google Sheets for our sales team to contact and make changes over there, and then from there we are sending them an email saying the inquiry has been received and all of that. So we will not just stop there. Right now what we're going to do is we will be connecting an SMS platform, which is basically SMS Horizon. So in this you will just go and click on send SMS, and all you have to do is connect with SMS Horizon. So SMS Horizon is a very good SMS tool which is basically works for just Indian audiences, and the thing is it's pretty cheap as well. So if you are buying their higher packages plans, it's going to only cost you about 15-20 paise per SMS, which is a pretty good deal. And the ease of use is pretty awesome. Yeah, so it's really easy. If you use Pabbly Connect, then it's pretty awesome. So there they're going to ask you username and your API key as well. So to create your account on SMS Horizon, you have to just go to smshorizon.co.in, and that is where you can sign up as well. So smshorizon.co.in is where you sign up, and you're going to get somewhere about 50 credits, which means you can send 50 SMS for free if you sign up using this particular URL over there. All right. So now if you go and if you can see that I'm just showing you a promo account. The SMS balance is just 39, which is out of 50 I've sent 11 email IDs, SMSs, sorry. And now here is where you can find something called as HTTP API. Okay, make sure you remember this point. I won't be showing it to you on the screen here because it's my private HTTP API. I don't want to show it. But if you click on HTTP API, on the first there will be some weird long link which you need to copy, and you need to come back and paste it over here. As simple as that. So username will be the one which you signed up with, basically your email ID, and then the API key is the one you will go in your dashboard, go to HTTP API, and in the first column you can find it. If you cannot find it, don't worry, there is something called as manage API key, and you will understand how to pick it up from SMS Horizon itself. But just trust me and follow my process over here. You go back to dashboard, click on HTTP API. Under the first there will be some sentence, and under that there's going to be weird looking link, and then you just have to go and copy and paste it over here. So you'll notice that I've already made the connection in the past. I'm just going to click on save. Now it says mobile required, which is recipient mobile number, which means I have to send an SMS to the lead over here. You can notice this particular number is pre-populated. Basically this is the lead number which I've put here. Basically this is a fake number, right? The sender ID, now this is important, make sure you make a note of this as well. If you don't have a sender ID yet, you'll have to use my text. This is default and it's written over here. So default sender ID is my text. All right, and that's about it over here. Next, the type will be text itself, and in the message you can type hello, thank you for registering. For free webinar, my sales team will get in touch with you in 4 hours. Or you can put up any word that you think is appropriate over there. I'm just giving you a random example here. Will get in touch, my sales team will get in touch with you in 6 hours. And the best part, you can give the link. All right, so you can give a link. It's going to be a clickable link, so make sure you add a link which is relevant. So if you're giving course access, you want to add that. If you are giving a certain access to if you're giving a free webinar link, then you can add the webinar link right over here. And you might not see this clickable over here, but once the SMS goes, it's definitely clickable, and you will just click on save. The moment you do that, your process is completed, guys. Your process is completed. And do you think this is amazing? What do you think, right? So here is where you notice I have made 4 connections over here. This is my one workflow where when a lead comes onto my form on Facebook ads, it goes to Google Sheet, it goes to GetResponse, it goes to SMS Horizon. So this is one workflow from Pabbly Connect, but you'll notice 3 tasks are being done for one lead. So the first task is it goes from leads to Google Sheet. That's one task. From Google Sheet to GetResponse, that's one more task, which is basically 2 now. So GetResponse to SMS Horizon is one task, basically 3. So once a lead comes, you have to spend 3 tasks over here. Now you're able to get the differentiation. Yes, so you have to spend 3 tasks over here. And now you can notice Pabbly Connect gives you 12,000 tasks for $9. So for as low as 450 rupees, you are gonna get, you can notice. So I just went to the wrong link. I went to the subscription billing. Let me just pick up the connect. So I cannot see Pabbly Connect pricing, but any which way, it's $9 and you're gonna get 12,000 tasks, which is pretty awesome, right? So 12,000 tasks is what you get. for this, which means if you get 4,000 leads, you can do this process which I just taught you. 4,000 leads for spending 450 rupees, and this is pretty huge values that we're talking about. Yeah, so you can start with their smaller plans, which is just $9 per month, and this is totally worth it. So what I just showed you was just one workflow. You can connect unlimited things over here, and they're just adding up a lot of applications over and over again. So make sure you use Pabbly to connect. It's not only going to make your work easier, but you can impress your clients as well. And yes, you can definitely charge for all this in doing for all this process as well. So thank you so much for listening here. Make sure you click on the link below and you get the Pabbly connect free trial, which is basically you get 40 tasks like this for free. If not, you can click on the link below and you can pick up the offer that they're running right now. And this is going to be limited time offer. They're going to increase the price. They just recently launched, and you want to grab this at any cost, because this is going to be the next big thing. It is the next big thing, guys. So thank you so much for listening here, and I will see you in the next one.